T.S. Eliot, Murder in the Cathedral. Presentation by G. Sowdambika, Guest Lecturer, English Department SF, CPA College, Bodinayakanur. Murder in the Cathedral. T.S. Eliot. Introduction. In 1163, a quarrel began between the British King Henry II and the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Becket. The man had been good friends, but each felt that his interest should be of primary concern to the nation and that the other should acquiesce to his demands. Becket fell to France in 1664 in order to rally support from the Catholic French for his cause and also sought an audience with the Pope. After being officially, although not personally, reconciled with the king, Becket returned to England in 1170, only to be murdered as he prayed in Canterbury Cathedral by 4 of Henry's knights. 3 years later, he was canonized, and pilgrims, Henry among them, have made their way to his tomb ever since. Characters: Thomas Becket, the Archbishop of Canterbury and hero of the play. Second one, chorus. Similar to those found in ancient Greek drama, it serves as the mediator between the play and the audience. The next character, the four knights. They threaten Thomas with physical violence and ultimately follow through with their threats. The next character, the four tempters. They offer Thomas intellectual and spiritual trickery. The important character, the messenger, arrives in part 1 to announce to the priest that Thomas is returning to Canterbury. The next character, the three priests. As a unit, the three priests provide a context for Thomas' religious speculations and offer the audience different opinions of him before he enters the play. The most important conflict of the play, the conflict exists between the king and the pope, that is between temporal power and spiritual power. The four knights, their names: Reginald Fitzurse, the first knight's name. The second knight's name is Sir Hugh de Morvelly. The third knight name is Baron William de Tracy. The last and fourth knight name is Richard Brito. The four tempters. The first tempter tells him that friendship is more than beating time can sever, and asks Thomas to befriend the king, the Henry II, as he did once before, so that there will be floating in the meadow and singing at nightfall. There are the famous quotes of the first temper. The second temper suggests that he should reclaim the chancellorship from which he resigned after his feud with King Henry II. Doing so would, the temper assures him, let Thomas set down the great and protect the poor. The third temper's famous dialogue, dubbing himself a country-keeping lord who minds his own business, attempt to seduce Thomas into representing the barons at court in order to tide a good stroke at once for England and for Rome, ending the tyrannous jurisdiction of Henry's regime. The fourth temper, he tempts Thomas with his own desires of becoming a chained and matriarch leader of his people. Eventually, the fourth temper teaches Thomas about the degree to which his own pride stands between him and the will of God. In this play, the protagonist is Thomas Becket, who represents the church and who resists temptation. The antagonist is the state or king of Henry II, whose casual remark that the priest should be taken out of his way brings about the death and ultimate martyrdom of Thomas Becket. The climax of the play. In the course of the play, the climax of the action accused with the temptation by the poor tempers from money to unlimited power. Becket resists them all. The play really opens at the true point of climax, when the whole city of Canterbury is rejoicing, but the peasant women of the chorus have a strong institution of the death. The tension is accompanied by a feeling that death is unavoidable and is almost accepted by the chorus and the priest. What is left is only the ritual of king and the prayer thereafter. The outcome. The play ends in tragedy with the murder of Thomas Becket. Thus, the protagonist, the Becket, is overcome by the antagonist, the saint. Note: Murder in the Cathedral was written for a ritualistic presentation. Hence, the reader does not find elaborate treatment of these components of the plot. The whole play has an economy of scenes and action. It has the effect of unity of action on a single theme of how martyrdom takes place. Thank you so much.